Aloha everyone, welcome to NLP and the Coronavirus Day 45, yes. And we're still going through the laws of the Kybalion. We're on the final law number 7, the law of gender. And as we discovered from the previous laws, and probably because of the law of correspondence, there's a correspondence between each of these 7 laws. And I think we'll see some correspondences here with gender with some of the previous ones. And I'm going to go back to the flip that we used yesterday, because what the Kybalion is saying is that there is a principle or a law of gender. There is the masculine and the feminine in everything and everybody. And because of the law of correspondence, on all planes. So if we just looked at on the physical plane, the principle of gender appears as sex, both the physical action of sex, sexual energy, and sexual attraction. But what it says is, what the Kybalion says is, there is in every man there is the feminine principle, and every woman there is the masculine principle, which is also tied in with polarity, because for there to be an attraction between two people, men, women, etc., there has to be a polarity. It's the polarity that creates the attraction. But equally, in each of us, we have a polarity inside of ourselves. If you think about it, this is a law of correspondence. There can't be a polarity outside of us if there isn't a polarity inside of us. Yeah. But what it's actually saying then is that, and then, obviously on the physical plane, sex is about generation, regeneration, and creation. And we've got the law or the principle of gender on all of the other planes due to the law of correspondence. So it means that we have this law of gender, masculine and feminine, on the physical plane, which appears as physical sex. And then what we've got, though, is we've got the masculine and feminine on the emotional, the masculine and feminine on the mental, and the masculine and feminine on the spiritual. In fact, what we have here with the higher self is that the higher self is totally balanced male and female energy in its purest and most perfect form. So if you look at it as far as like evolution is concerned up here, totally balanced male and female. So everyone's higher self, whether they're physically male or physically female, their higher self is totally balanced male and female energy in its most perfect form. And you might have seen, the yin-yang symbol from the Taoist tradition, where a lot of people go like, no, that's a symbol about balance. It is a symbol about balance. It's also a symbol about a balance of masculine and feminine, but it's also a secret symbol for the higher self. So quite often in some of the Taoist diagrams you might see the yin-yang symbol above the top of the person's head, which is then it's a symbol of the person's higher self. But if you look at the idea of creation, generation, and regeneration from a gender perspective, and we look at it from a law of correspondence perspective, and obviously here at the physical level, we have that the purpose of sex is to create a new generation, to regenerate the planet from a physical point of view. But it would also be true on all of the other planes too. So if you want to create something on the emotional plane, which in some traditions is called the etheric plane. If you wanted to create, generate, or regenerate something on the emotional or the etheric plane, then you would need to apply the principle of gender. The mental plane, sometimes called the astral plane in some traditions, if you wanted to create, generate, or regenerate something on the mental or the astral plane, then you need to remember the laws of gender, the masculine and the feminine principle to create something new here, or to generate or regenerate something new here. By the time we get to the spiritual, we're already in, certainly by the time we get to the upper spiritual, then we're already in totally balanced male and female energy. It's also perfect. So in a way, what the higher self actually does for us is provide us with not necessarily a roadmap, but a destination for man and woman's perfection. Man and woman's most highly evolved form would be described or defined by everyone's higher self. Yep. So there we go. Law number 7. I think it ties in with all the other laws quite nicely. Quite a short one tonight. And if you've got any outstanding questions, and that's outstanding questions rather than outstanding questions, then please, if you've been watching these 7 laws, then put them into the comments for this one, for number 7. And if I get a reasonable number of questions in there, then what I will do in tomorrow's, because we've done all 7, we've done 1 through 7, then what I will do is I will answer those questions in tomorrow night's live for you. Yeah. Because, one of the things about these lives is that they're very much on transmit. I've loved the feedback coming back from you. Thank you so much. And, it's interesting that the videos on the Kybalion have been getting a lot more views than the previous ones. I mean, there's one that got something like 700 views in 24 hours. Which I find fascinating, because I really was thinking this was a little bit of a risk, but I just want to do something a little bit different. And people have been saying, "Can you do something esoteric? Can you do something Hoonerish?" So yeah. Sorry, I just thought I was going to sneeze then. There we go. More proof that it's live, right? Yeah. Put your questions in the comments. And then what I'll do is I will commit to answer every single one of those questions in tomorrow's live. Okay? So wherever you are in the world, love you lots, and I hope we hope.